Alright, y'all. So look, with all these videos, it's gonna wear me out. Hold on. I already know I'm gonna have to clear a bunch of storage. So what I'm gonna do is right now, what I'm gonna talk about. I'm gonna try to sum this up because I'm gonna tell y'all shit, but I'm not telling no Karan secrets. Hey, well, we don't got no secrets. I'm not telling like I'm not being messy. If that's what y'all came here for, I'm not doing that. Uh, what I want to tell y'all is how me and Renee met. So we're gonna talk about that. I already got that right now. God, we're gonna talk about how me and Renee met, how we started dating, and how that was. Um, we're gonna talk about why me and John had a falling out. Yes, I will talk about that. Um, I'm sorry, I gotta write this shit down. Um, I talked about the mall. Okay. Oh, I want to say this too. When John gave me my first pack that we was talking about, he always said to me. That's why when I be here, he always said to me in the beginning, "Do not sell to the House of Karan." That's what he told me. I don't know what he meant by that, but he told me, "Do not sell to the House of Karan." He did. I mean, I hear stories now that he fed everybody drugs, but also they were stealing drugs. Which one is it? Do I know? I'm not gonna tell you. Yeah, that part is not important. I don't even know why it's on the internet, why it's being discussed, but I do know somebody had came on my post one time saying y'all was stealing drugs from John, and I said, how was I stealing them if he gave it to me to sell? Get your facts straight. So I really don't want to go into the drugs and stuff because I feel like back then everybody had a habit. Everybody has addictions, whether it's clothes, drugs, sex, um, whatever. So I'm going to get into. Um, I really don't want to talk about ballroom. I really don't want to talk about. I mean, we could talk. I could go into me walking balls and how I felt. My, really walking as a grind. I want to talk about. Y'all can also ask me some questions. I'm gonna go into more story time tomorrow. Life is just hectic right now, y'all. I got so much going on. And I want to go into Renee and how her and John's relationship was. Um, from what I know, from my point of view, and from what she's has told me. Um, Me and Renee had plenty of conversations. Of course, pillow talks are the best talks. You know what I'm saying? You can really get to know a person. And Renee has said a lot to me, about people. Period. Not just John. John is not the only one. Now, has John and me had talks when he was, me and John had talks, but it just, I don't know. It wasn't, I still got a lot to unpack about John, and I think I need to do that in my separate time because him becoming my father and really my father after my real dad passed, my biological dad passed, it's just really hard. And it's really hard to hear the things that I hear about him on the internet. I have seen him do things. I've heard him say things, and I just can't. That's my father. going to talk about. I was at Renee's funeral, but that's at the end. We're going to talk about that at the end. Um, and what John said to me at the funeral. um, it's so hard to talk about these people. But we're gonna get into what I got 5 minutes on this one. I might as well make this part 3. So let's see. Let me give y'all story time. Okay, so how I said John. Okay, let's go into um how did me and Renee start dating? I'm not gonna go into how we started dating. We basically just bust out. I don't want to go into who either one of us might have been with before it happened, but Renee, it it was her way. You know what I'm saying? It was her way. It was her way. So I used to always stare at her. She used to always stare at me. So we used to always talk, and she'd be like, "Why are you staring at me?" Like, I just always stared at her because I couldn't believe it. You know, I couldn't believe how beautiful she was. I couldn't believe, like, she could be talking. I didn't, like, she was like, "Stop staring at me." Then she would tell me, "Get out her face." She would send me to the store to go get her some cigarettes, a Pepsi. Yo, Renee took care of her kids. I'm telling you, Renee took care of her kids. Like, she would go to the grocery store. She could go to the grocery store with no money and come back with a whole meal. She's done it. I saw her. She fed all of us, a bunch of us. Like, she didn't play about her kids. She did not play about her kids. Um, Renee, she loved to hate ballroom. It was like a love to hate. I don't know what she told any of y'all. Or she could have told a lot of y'all anything. She could have told me anything. But I'm gonna tell you what I do know. What I've seen, like her cry when she lost, or her hiding from John because she didn't want to walk balls. Renee didn't want to walk balls. She did. I mean, I'm sure at the time she did before I came along, but even while I was the Karan, when I started off as the Karan, I think she was still into it, I guess. But it's like she really didn't want to do it anymore. She really didn't want to do it anymore. I forgot who it was she walked against. It was on Broad Street by the YMCA. It wasn't at the Y where they always had the balls at. It was at that little spot right next door to the Y. Anyway, she walked that night. I walked that night too. I won something. I used to walk every fucking category. Anyway, she lost her battle, I believe. Is that video going around with her with the black dress on? I'm not sure, but I know it was in that same place, I believe. Anyway, I wasn't out. I can't. I think I don't know where I was at when it happened. All I know is when she came out the crowd, she grabbed my hand and said, "Come on." Okay. I'm sure she done that to a lot of y'all. But anyway, she takes my hand. We gets in the cab. These are cab days, and she started crying. I didn't know what she was crying about. I didn't know what happened. I thought something had happened that I didn't see. We was kind of dating, but not dating at the time. I don't know what was going on with us. But that's the first time she ever told me that black motherfucker keep making me walk these motherfucking balls. I don't want to walk this shit no more. And she just was crying. And I said, "You don't have to do that." She said, "You don't understand." She just, I said, "You don't have to. You don't have to walk." That's the first time I ever seen her cry.